Hello everyone and welcome back to Crime Rush. I'm Inga and on my lap today I have Cookie. She doesn't want to leave, so I'm keeping her here. So if you hear a bit of purring, you know why. But I'm so glad you took the time to click on this video and to join me today because I have something I want to talk to you about. And it's an extremely recent case and not many people are talking about it on YouTube unless I've missed something. You let me know. But I wanted to do my part in telling this young woman's story because it is just so tragic and it is so horrific. It just you wait and see. And let me just add this. If you are single and you are on the market and you use online dating apps or online sites as a means to meet people, stick around for this one and try and learn something because this really is a cautionary tale. So today I want to talk to you about 29-year-old Zaliya Shamigulova. And please, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that surname, but she is from Russia and there are a few Russian names in here. And if I make a mistake, please let me know down below how to pronounce it. Really, I don't mean to offend anyone. And there's not much information out there on Zaliya. I really couldn't find much. I'm going to tell you that right up front now. But from what I could find, let me just say, it looks like Zaliya had it going on. She was single. She was a university teacher from Chelyabinsk, Russia. Once again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. And when I looked on her social media, I saw that she had studied innovation management and entrepreneurship and international communication. She also listed two of her favorite quotes, which were, "Success doesn't come to you, you go to it." And, "If you want to be somebody really special, be yourself." So Zaliya decided that she was going to take some time off and she was going to do some traveling. She decided to go to Mauritius, which is a subtropical island country in the Indian Ocean, just over 1,130 kilometers east of Madagascar, off the southeastern coast of Africa. Mauritius is a known tourist destination with stunning beaches. So she arrived in Mauritius on the 1st of June 2024 and she was planning on staying there for 3 months. And I was like, that's a really long holiday. But hey, I mean, if you can do that, then why not, you know? And some reports claim that she did have a traveling companion who she shared accommodation with. And Zaliya was actually planning on leaving Mauritius on the 1st of September 2024, and she was going to head to Madagascar to continue her adventure there. And listen, she was a single lady, and if you are young and free and you are spending 3 months on an island that beautiful, I can imagine the idea of having a holiday fling or just a little romance or something probably sounds amazing, right? So Zaliya went onto Tinder and tried to find a match. And listen, I've been married for 12 years, okay? I've never used online dating or Tinder, and I don't even really know what Tinder is. I've heard that you swipe left or right or something like that. And I just thought for those of you that are as clueless as I am, let me give you a short description of what Tinder is. Tinder is an online dating app that uses location-based technology to connect matches based on a set of preferences. Profiles are customizable with personal information such as an About Me section, height, and relationship goals. If you find a profile you like, you can swipe right, and if you don't like the profile, you swipe left. Okay, so now we all know, and I apologize to the younger generation. So Zaliya goes onto Tinder and she then matches with this guy, Puryavirsingh Sundur, a 29-year-old IT engineer who is reportedly from Mauritius. Now, I wanted to know details. I wanted to know when they matched, how long they had been seeing each other, how many dates they went on, but unfortunately, we don't have that information. It's all unclear, but we do know there was some sort of relationship there. So I'm assuming that they must have gone on more than like 1 or 2 dates, you know, but that's just an assumption and speculation, so please don't quote me on that. On the 17th of August 2024, Zaliya's female friend who she was sharing the accommodation with reported her as missing. And when the police investigated, they came across CCTV footage of Zaliya walking in a beautiful blue and white dress towards a blue Toyota. A man then gets out, lets her in, and they drive off. And from that moment, it was like Zaliya had just vanished off of the face of the earth. And I'm going to jump in and give you your trigger warning right now. From here on out, it gets extremely upsetting and graphic. Please proceed with caution or take this time now to exit this video. Please, you have been warned. After her friend had already reported her missing, her family, who were all the way over in Russia still, received messages from Zaliya's phone. And these messages were saying things like, and I'm paraphrasing, so please, they said things like, I'm taking off, I want to disappear, please don't contact me, this is what I want. And her family were very confused, but they soon grew suspicious because this was out of the blue. It really wasn't like Zaliya, and also it didn't sound like her. It wasn't the way that she would normally text them. The police continued searching, and then the next week, on Thursday the 22nd of August, police found Zaliya. Sadly, she was deceased, and they found her naked body in a makeshift grave in Woodland in La Marie, a residential area. Police could immediately tell that she had been brutally murdered. She had multiple wounds in her chest area, and whoever did this to her mutilated her body and then even cut out her tongue. Now, the next part is pretty unclear to me. I'm not sure how it happened. Perhaps the police were able to trace the blue Toyota back to the suspect, or he might have come forward himself. But what we do know is that reportedly Puryavirsingh Sundur, the guy that Zaliya had matched with on Tinder, came forward and confessed to ending her life. He told police that he was, quote, madly in love with her and was planning on marrying her. But then he found out that Zaliya was still on Tinder and she was matching with other guys and going on dates with them. And due to him finding out about this infidelity, reportedly, he went into a jealous rage. He allegedly told police that he lured her to his car that day by telling her he wanted to take her sightseeing. So that is why she got in his car that day. And he went on to tell them everything, how he her, how he stripped her naked, even how he mutilated her body. And when police asked him why he cut out her tongue, he said it was so she wouldn't scream for help. Reportedly, there are still parts of Zaliya missing, and detectives are searching everywhere to find the rest of her remains and also her clothing. A memorial was held in Mauritius for Zaliya before her body was transported to Russia, and as you can imagine, her family must just be absolutely devastated. Okay, so what are my thoughts on this case? It's absolutely horrific, and it's so scary that we have people out there that are capable of doing these things. I mean, it's really, if you really start thinking about it too deep, it can really scare the hell out of you. But my first thought is that I would be so scared to do this online dating. And I understand the world is evolving and this is a new way of meeting people. I really do get that. But please, people, you need to be so careful. You don't know anything about this person. Make sure that you meet them in public places. And before you even decide to be alone with them, you need to make sure that you know this person, that you really have a good feel for who they are. Secondly, I'm wondering if this guy was delusional. And the reason why I say that is because I'm thinking of when he told police that he was madly in love with her and he was planning on marrying her, okay? But she only got to the island, she got to Mauritius on the 1st of June. She didn't really know him for that long, you know? And I know that people fall in love quite quickly sometimes, but I just have a feeling he might have been delusional. Could it be possible that she led him on? Or is he one of those guys that just falls in love like this? You know what I mean? Like those guys who are in love with being in love and they sort of jump from relationship to relationship, and you know what I mean. I'm just wondering if he maybe was one of those guys and maybe thought there was something more when there really wasn't. Then I'm wondering about the part where he spoke about why he cut out her tongue. He said it was so she couldn't scream for help. But if you don't have a tongue, you can still make a lot of noise, especially if you are being attacked so viciously, you know. So I'm not sure if I believe that. Perhaps he thought she wouldn't be able to make noise if he did that. But I also know that gangs and cartels are known for cutting out someone's tongue if they have betrayed them. So I also think that's a possibility. And then I was just thinking about this poor girl's family. You know, they are all the way in Russia. They believe their daughter and their loved one is having the best time in Mauritius. I mean, she's on this beautiful island and she's posting on social media and she's talking about how amazing it is. Who would ever suspect that something this horrific would happen, you know? And then they get these text messages saying she wants to disappear and to leave her alone. And a week later, they found out that this happened to her. That must be horrible because you are so far away. You must feel so helpless. And I just want to extend my condolences to her family and to her loved ones. I honestly can't imagine what you must be going through. But I truly hope that you could find a way to peace somehow after this horrible tragedy. And then I want to spend some time talking about the victim, Zaliya. She was young. She was on holiday. Man, I think she just wanted to have a good time. She was probably so excited to move on and go to Madagascar and explore that. I know I would love to do that. And then she comes across a man who just has no regard for her life. It's just devastating. I honestly don't have words. And all I can say to you is that we can learn something from this. If you are online on those dating sites, please, please, please be careful because there are so many horror stories out there of what happens to some people when they go on dates through these sites. And hey, it can happen even if you just go on a normal date when you meet someone. You need to make sure that you know the person before you are alone with them. And hey, ladies, that woman's intuition, you need to keep listening to that because I'm telling you, that's always spot on. But that's all for today's case, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching this video. As always, I'm going to ask you to leave your opinions and your thoughts in the comment section. I love to hear from you. I will reply. And also, once again, please stay safe in this beautiful but wild world. And I will see you in the next one.